Yeah. Make a video about Destiny, and I should have Destiny gameplay footage.
Well, too damn bad.
As most of you know, I sold that game a week after launch back to Amazon for a cool $42. True story. I used that money to order a replacement water filter for my fridge, and man, oh man, is that cool, crisp, contaminant-free, crystal clear water a much bigger asset to my life than Destiny ever was or ever will be. So I'll just throw some Halo gameplay up here to remind myself there was once a time I considered Bungie to be a foolproof, rock-solid developer you could count on to deliver a serious AAA product worthy of your hard-earned $60. Now it's kind of like trying to remember an innocent Lindsay Lohan or a competitive Lakers team. You know it happened once, it's just getting a little hazy. You might ask why I keep hating on Destiny so much.
If you don't like the game, why don't you just sell it and not play it anymore?
I did.
So why do you keep talking about it?
Because Destiny has become the poster child for every anti-consumer trend in the gaming industry right now. Even those of us who are fans of the game can admit the game was an overpromise and an underdelivery. Way too much hype for way too little content. Some might disagree on the scale and scope of the letdown, but I don't know too many people who think Destiny lived up to what the advertising made it out to be. But that's in the past. I've thoroughly articulated why I find Destiny so disappointing, and if you haven't heard my weird-ass metaphorical explanation about why Destiny sucks, you can find that linked in the description. I won't expand on it here. No, I want to discuss Destiny's latest middle finger to you and I, the Dark Below DLC. Full disclosure, I haven't played the Dark Below. I'm not going to play the Dark Below. I'm not going to comment on whether the content is good or not, fun or not, interesting or not. I don't care. If it's fun, great. If it sucks, surprise, surprise, it's Destiny. What I do care about is this. That content was already on the disc when you bought it. The Dark Below is not DLC. It's OD DLC. On disc DLC. It's data for which you already paid, data you already purchased, and data you already loaded to your hard drive. Data that existed in your original $60 purchase and data for which you are now required to pay an additional $20, despite the fact that it's already in your possession. Go to the digital store in the platform of your choosing to see for yourself. The DLC is a 9 megabyte file, roughly the same size as a nice high quality MP3 for your phone or your iPod. That's nothing. That's not maps. That's not weapons. That's not missions. That's not anything but a small bit of code to unlock something you already have. There's no need for nuance or subtlety or even respect here. That is bullshit. Think about this model in any other context as a consumer. You wouldn't accept it. Let's say you buy a new car with a turbocharger and heated seats or whatever fancy add-on luxury you want. And you drive that car off the lot only to notice those features are locked with a keyhole. You go back to the dealer and you say, what the hell? I just bought a fast car with warm seats and none of that stuff is usable.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'll cost you an extra $5,000 for the key to get those features.
No, I already bought those features. You already paid for that car. And in this case, you already paid for those data. You already have the data in your possession, and you have since the game's launch. It's just been behind a paywall waiting for some arbitrary date. And that's offensive and anti-consumer enough, really. Well, I do consider it a total joke that Bungie and Activision are asking customers to pay for data that they already have. I'm more offended by Bungie's completely bogus explanation for it, and them thinking that we're stupid enough to believe it as a legitimate explanation. In an interview with Eurogamer, Bungie president Harold Ryan says this on-disc DLC system really helps the consumer because it'll limit file sizes for download. He says, and I quote, both in the US and all over the world, how much you download on your local home internet connection can be a problem, and even how much storage space it takes up on your console. Oh, well, thanks a lot. Thanks for helping us out, Harold. That explanation would make partial sense, and I would believe you're looking out for us if you weren't releasing mandatory 2 GB game patches only weeks ago. So to clarify, according to Bungie, voluntary add-on DLC downloads are too burdensome on consumers, but mandatory must-download to play game patches that are multiple gigabytes in size are perfectly reasonable. No. The worst smell I have ever smelled in my life is a Hormel slaughterhouse in Austin, Minnesota. The stench of this bullshit is a close second. When I was tweet raging about this earlier, I got a response from Delementary, whose channel is linked in the description, that explains it quite calmly and reasonably. People will still buy this DLC, and that strategy will continue. Gamers have a pathetic lack of self-respect as consumers. Bingo. I'll put it more crassly. They've figured out a new way to us. And they'll keep doing it until we develop the self-respect necessary to push them off and stop taking it. It's really that simple.
So to all the Bungie executives who watch my channel,
this is my formal you. You won't get a dime of my money again until you make things right and deliver a full honest product for an honest price. My self-respect is not for sale. Thanks as always for listening and for supporting this series. Remember, you can always communicate with me in the comments section below or most efficiently on Twitter at skag_3. Okay, thanks. Bye.